Yeah, like, Vegas is a team for most part over the course of the year that took minimal penalties.
They
They
were the
like playing
least
5-on-5.
penalized team in the league.
Exactly. So the Oilers, the way that they're playing right now, they're almost playing a little bit of bully hockey,
Yep.
right? Like they're being ultra physical. They're taking shots when they need to. So I think that's starting to wear on the Knights a little bit, because the last thing you want is every single time you touch the puck, your lips are up against a glass. Like that sucks.
Yeah.
So, guys are starting to get a little bit of get frustrated for sure.
Mhm.
And now you're starting to see some of those ticky tack calls. I mean, once again, like you look at that Costin one, you probably could have called the third cross check. The
Yep.
first two, he felt those. The third one's probably when he's like, oh,
Yeah.
I'm going to wear this for a bit. And then he decided to turn around and poke him. So, it's just starting to turn in terms of how the
Mhm.
Oilers are playing. And now it's getting inside their heads.
And the thing with that too is it completely eliminates Vegas' star players. Jack Eichel was essentially irrelevant to the game last night, much like he was in game 2 when the Oilers allowed themselves to dictate the game with their aggression. And
Mhm.
Mark Stone can play that way a little bit, but yeah, you're not really seeing Barbashev as much, right? Because they're being assholes when they're playing, and they do not
Yeah.
want to be involved in that kind of hockey.
Yeah.
Well, it's funny because actually when you talked about Yamamoto's cross check on Stone, if you watch him coming back, like he looks like he's in pain,
Hmm.
Oh yeah,
right?
he
Because he
was.
was the
Yep.
last guy in the zone.
Mhm.
The puck goes across the ice to the Ekholm, and then that's when he buries it. But like he comes back and he looks like he's in trouble.
Yeah, I definitely thought they could have called that. As Christopher Palmer says in the chat, though, cross-checking feels illegal in the playoffs, and it is kind of getting to that point. Like Cam Sharon at The Athletic, who does some stuff with DFO as well, he's actually gone and looked into the numbers of how later in a series, the penalties usually dive right down, and refs are way more hesitant because, again, they're doing the whole, I don't want to be the guy that decides this, right? And they let a ton more go as the series goes on. So it'll be interesting to see if that trend continues, or if the officials get maybe even a note from the supervisor of like, we can't let, like last night, we can't let that happen in game 5. Like
Yeah.
if you're on it early, it won't. And I mean, last night, I guess it still did. But anyways, I'm just interested to see how the trend of officiating will continue in this series.
Which is like such an interesting thing about it too. I feel like if you can consistently call the penalties, won't players just kind of adapt to what you're calling, and then just you would play more hockey? I
Yeah.
feel like than what
Yeah.
kind of happened last night. It's awesome to watch, but eventually one of those star players is going to get hurt from a major slash like that.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's just setting that standard of
Yeah,
play. Like
exactly.
this, guys, this is what we're calling today. And you
Mhm.
send it out to all the teams, and then guys will adapt, just
Yeah,
like you
for sure.
mentioned. So I definitely think they got to get rid of those cross checks because those are
Yeah.
getting some.
Mhm.
They're getting a little bit hairy.